Hey fam, Speed Duel Bro here, back at it again with another Speed Duel deck profile. And in today's video, we've got Perfectly Ultimate KANGAROO. Let's get right to it. For the skill card, we've got Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. For monsters, we've got 2 Perfectly Ultimate Great Moths, 3 Parasite Paranoids, 3 Breaker the Magical Warrior, and 3 KANGAROOs. For spells, we've got 3 Allure of Darkness, and then on to traps. 3 Spike Shield with Chain, and 3 Wall of Disruption. How to win / strategies. Now before I show you all how to win with the deck, let's review these 3 cards. Now I know most of us already know the errata for Cocoon of Ultra Evolution, but I still feel it's important to just go over it, just in case for those that are unaware of it. So the updated text is, once per turn during your main phase, you can use one of the following skills. You contribute 1 insect monster from either field equipped with an equip card, and if you do, special summon 1 insect monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. You cannot normal or special summon other monsters the turn you activate this skill. At the end of your turn, flip this card over. And then the other skill is, you can shuffle 1 insect monster from your graveyard into the deck, then draw 1 card. At the end of your turn, flip this card over. Each of these skills can only be used once per duel. So the main takeaway is that we can only use 1 skill once per turn, and when we use the skill to tribute that 1 insect monster on either side of the field, we can't normal or special summon other monsters the turn we activate that skill. But here's the thing, we may not be able to normal or special summon, but we can still set or flip summon, and that right there, fam, is gonna be key for us. I'll show you how to use that to our advantage. Alright, let's move on to KANGAROO. The card reads, if the attack of a monster that attacks this monster is lower than the defense of this card, destroy the attacking monster. Now on to Spike Shield with Chain. Target 1 face-up monster on the field. Equip this card to that target. It gains 500 attack. If the equipped monster battles while in defense position, it gains defense equal to its attack during damage calculation only. Now that we've reviewed these 3 cards, it's time to show you how to win. Alright fam, I'm not going to show you the Moth Engine part of this deck because I'm fairly certain that everyone knows how to play the Moth Engine. So for now, we'll push these guys to the side and I'll show you how to win with the other half of this deck. Alright, let's say our opponent declares an attack with their monster. Now when they attack, you tell the opponent, I'll flip this over and declare damage step. So we do that, right? And so when we declare damage step, that's when we activate our face down card, Spike Shield with Chain. And fam, the reason why I want you to declare damage step is because the damage step is a mechanic in the battle phase of Yu-Gi-Oh! Wherein Book of Moon can't touch us. Don't ask me how or why it's like that. That's just the way it's always been. And if we forget to declare damage step, the opponent may punish us for that, for our misplay, and we will lose great advantage. So yes, please remember to say damage step when the opponent declares an attack. Okay, let's get back to it. The opponent declared an attack. We flipped our monster face up, which turned out to be KANGAROO. 1,500 attack, 1,700 defense. Mind you, 1,700 defense for a 4-star? That's pretty good. So they attacked, we declared damage step, and we activated Spike Shield with Chain. And now, due to Spike Shield with Chain, KANGAROO is going to gain 500 attack, so its current attack now is 2,000. And since KANGAROO is in defense position, KANGAROO will gain that 2,000 attack to its 1,700 defense. So now your opponent is looking at a 3,700 defense wall. So in this case, the opponent attacked with their DD Warrior Lady, which has 1,500 attack. So let's do some more math. 3,700 minus 1,500, that's 2,200. So the opponent is going to lose 2,200 life points, and they'll be left with 1,800 life points. And here's another great fact. Kangaroo's effect will destroy DD Warrior Lady, because the way this will resolve is that when DD Warrior Lady attacks and the opponent wants to banish our monster, so attack, Chain Link 1, but then Kangaroo's effect is if the attack of a monster that attacks this monster is lower than the defense of this card, destroy the attacking monster. So Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, and we all know how the chain resolves. It's backwards, so Chain Link 2 is going to resolve first, and then Chain Link 1. So really, Kangaroo just destroyed DD Warrior Lady. And now that your opponent only has 1,800 life points left, come our turn, all we have to do is shift Kangaroo into attack mode because it has 2,000 attack, and we can literally swing for game. How do you like them apples? Now I know it's not that flashy of a strategy, however, it may be simple, but it's extremely effective. And not only do we have that going for us, but we also have this deck's other greatest strength, which is the element of surprise. Because who's really gonna expect to be attacking into a Kangaroo with a 3,700 defense? That right there, that's gonna help us take game 1 for sure. Alright fam, I'm going to show you how the Moth engine ties into all of this so that we can further emphasize the element of surprise on our opponent. So let's activate our skill and go ahead and parasite our opponent's monster away. Bring out the Great Moth. And remember, due to the Cocoon of Ultra Evolution's errata, we can't normal summon or special summon, but we can still set or flip summon. But the key thing here is that we can set. So, not only did we overwhelm the opponent with our Great Moth play, but should our opponent get rid of Great Moth, we have a nasty surprise waiting for them in Kangaroo and Spike Shield with Chain. So if you think about it fam, we really have 2 win conditions in this one deck. That's pretty cool if you ask me. So yeah, if Great Moth doesn't get the job done, Kangaroo will. And here's another thing that I like about this deck. I like the fact that Spike Shield with Chain is applicable to all of our monsters. So meaning, even if we have to set Breaker in defense mode, we can. Because Breaker with Spike Shield with Chain, it's gonna have 3,100 defense. And I don't think the opponent's gonna get over that anytime soon. And here's another thing. So let's say we summon Breaker or Great Moth and any one of them just get floodgated, right? We'll be just fine, thanks to Spike Shield with Chain. So you see where I'm trying to go with this fam? We have 3,000 plus walls of defense here. And shoot, if the Great Moth gets the Spike Shield with Chain, it's gonna have 6,500 defense. Good luck to the opponent trying to deal with that. So really, the star of the deck is Spike Shield with Chain. And then as for Wall of Disruption, this card is here to help further support the win condition of Kangaroo. Because Kangaroo's effect of destruction while it's in defense position, that's so key for us too, because it leaves the opponent's field wide open after their attack. So yeah fam, that's how you win with this deck. Card analysis. Now, I'm not gonna go over the Moth engine because I think it's a safe assumption that everyone should know by now how the Moth engine works. It's great. It's a little unfair, sacrificing an opponent's monster to bring out a very strong monster of your own. Yeah, that's a little one-sided, but hey, it's there, so we're gonna use it and we're gonna rock with it, okay? But anyways, let's go over the other cards. We've got Breaker. Breaker has always been an all-time great. Not only do you have a 1900 beater when it has a counter, but you can destroy a spell or trap card on the field. And not only that, the key thing here is that Breaker is a dark type. So that helps us to run Allure of Darkness, which is an engine for the deck. And you know me, fam, anytime that I can run an engine in the deck, I will. Because having an engine in the deck will help the deck become more consistent performance-wise. And now that we're talking about Allure of Darkness, let's talk about Desk Kangaroo, the other star of the deck. And the only reason why this deck works the way it does is because Desk Kangaroo is also a dark type. So the fact that we can have 6 targets for Allure of Darkness, that's a pretty healthy amount of Allure of Darkness targets. Let's further analyze Desk Kangaroo. 1500 attack, 1700 defense, and then when combined with Spike Shield with Chain is literally a 1-2 punch win condition on its own. The first punch being a counter punch because the opponent attacked our Desk Kangaroo and we declared damage step, and then Spike Shield with Chain. Ooh, the opponent just attacked right into a 3700 defense wall, and with Desk Kangaroo's effect, their monster is destroyed. And then the second punch is that the opponent is left wide open for a direct attack that we can literally swing for game. Because remember, theoretically, the opponent should lose around 2,000 or more life points from that previous battle interaction they had with Desk Kangaroo, while Desk Kangaroo was in defense position. And then Spike Shield with Chain, the key card in all of this, because not only do we catch the opponent off guard when Spike Shield with Chain is combined with Desk Kangaroo, but if need be, Spike Shield with Chain can turn Breaker into a 3100 defense wall, and if the situation calls for it, Great Moth can be a 6500 defense wall. But yeah, Spike Shield with Chain is definitely the key card for this deck. And just as a side note for Spike Shield with Chain, just imagine if we were able to equip 2 or 3 of these things onto Desk Kangaroo or any of our monsters. Minus the Parasite, of course. But imagine that. 2 of these things on Desk Kangaroo. Oh, I think that's game. Desk Kangaroo wouldn't even have to shift into attack mode. And then Wall of Disruption, as explained earlier, is to help further support the win condition of Desk Kangaroo, because we want to keep Desk Kangaroo set face down so that we can have a nasty surprise for our opponent. And so anytime that we can lower the opponent's monster's attack points, that's a win for us. So where does this deck rank on the power scale? In my humble opinion, this deck is competitive. What? Did I just say that another one of my decks is competitive? Well, I'm super happy about that. Thank the Yugi gods for the GX cards. Or should we thank Konami? But joking aside, the reason why I think this deck is competitive is because 1, we run the Moth engine, and anytime a deck can run the Moth engine, it instantly brings the deck's power level to a higher level on the competitive scale. And 2, the fact that we have a hidden win condition in Desk Kangaroo and Spike Shield with Chain, it'll be too much for the opponent to deal with, because essentially, or initially, the opponent is going to be too preoccupied with Great Moth. And so when the opponent thinks that they've conquered us by dealing with our Great Moth, we've got a nasty surprise waiting for them in Desk Kangaroo and Spike Shield with Chain. Hence, the second win condition of the deck. So again, as I mentioned earlier, we really have 2 win conditions in this one deck. That's pretty cool to me. And remember, fam, this deck's greatest strength is the element of surprise. And so more often than not, we will be winning game 1 for sure. And just from that surprise factor alone, your opponent might never attack you again because they can't afford the heavy damage that you're dishing out. So yeah, Desk Kangaroo for the win. So yeah, fam, that's the deck. Give it a try. I hope you enjoy seeing the shock on your opponent's face when you spring Death Kangaroo and Spike Shield with Chain on them. But yeah, go ahead and feel the power of perfectly ultimate Death Kangaroo. And with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, fam, feel free to hit the like button, helps me out a lot. And if you haven't already subscribed to me, your Speed Duel bro, you're more than welcome to subscribe, because 1, I always play to win, and 2, if you love speed duels, I'm sure you'll love me too, your Speed Duel bro. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.